What's up, everyone? My name's PlatinumHowler, coach of your Delta Gligars. Today we're here for our Week 4 battle against ItzWhateva and the Sacramento Nidokings. We've already skipped the team stage, so I don't get to show it off to you, but it's a very similar team to the one that we brought in Week 2. Let's see if I can remember. Torkoal, Necrozma, Sandaconda, Weavile, Venusaur, Mimikyu. That's our team. Yep. Although we don't have the eject path Mimikyu that we had for Week 2. So, Gmax Melmetal is a thing that my opponent has, but I'm wondering if it will even make an appearance in the game. What? Why is that happening? Okay, it looks like that took longer than expected, but I think it's working fine just now. Yeah, this land mode today just seems like it's being rather slow. Okay. Check opponent's team. This is, in fact, the team. So, Haxorus is here, which is a little bit surprising. No Rillaboom is not surprising. I need to write his team down. Melmetal, Haxorus, Galvantula. Did bring Rotom, which is likely designed for the Sandaconda to like 1v1 that thing. And Gardevoir to Terrakion. Okay, we have 45 seconds. So Weavile could be a good lead in theory, but if he leads off with Melmetal, then it's really bad. Personally, I'd be surprised if he led off with Melmetal because Torkoal is a pretty easy lead for me. I'll just lead off with... Let's see. The two things that I'm switching Torkoal into are the Rotom and the... Galvantula, and Gardevoir actually. So there's three things that Torkoal can deal well with, but two of them can Volt Switch out easily. If he leads with Melmetal, then I'll just have to pull the switch into Sandaconda immediately, which shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Spooter is Galvantula. Okay, so we're clicking Icicle Crash, or not Icicle Crash, Icicle Spear. We did put the right ice move on this, right? I sure as hell hoped he's not Scarfed Galvantula. Gosh, this animations are just like it's just taking so long to get to our moves. Icicle Spear is what we're clicking. And if we get 3 hits, Galvantula should die. Pray to God that he's not Scarfed. Icicle Spear! 1 hit! That's bulky! What the heck? 3 hits? We might need 4 hits to kill. And we get them! Oh my goodness! Weavile, thank you! That is a bulky-ass Galvantula, wow! So, threat wiped off the table immediately. That's huge for us. Icicle Spear Weavile, one of the biggest new additions to its move pool. That's its 7th kill of the season now, because it got the last 4 kills for us in the last match, so it's its 5th consecutive kill. Not too shabby. So he basically has no, in my opinion, he has no choice but to go into the metal right now. So we are definitely, yeah, Blin is the metal. We are 100% switching into our Sandaconda immediately. Curious to see if he's going to go for a max Knuckle, if he'll go for a max Meltdown. Excuse me. Anyways, the fact that Galvantula is gone means that he can't set Sticky Webs now, and that really takes a lot of pressure off of Torkoal to Rapid Spin, which is really nice because he did bring the Rotom, which could have potentially blocked our Rapid Spin. Although we are like an Assault Vest, very Spadef Torkoal anyway, so we could have taken on Rotom very well regardless if that was what he wanted to switch into us. But Melmetal is here. We'll see what he wants to go for. I'm kind of hoping that he didn't bring like Ice Punch, aka Max Hailstorm, Max Quake. All right. So I guess he was predicting Torkoal to be our switch in. So we could G-Max right away, or we could go for a Coil. Right here, he's either switching into Rotom or going for a max Ice Attack. And I don't want to... I'm not going to die this turn regardless. I don't think. No. So I should go for a Coil right here. And then on the next turn, I'll go for a Rest, I believe, to try to stall out his last turn of Gigantamax. I would stay in if I were him. Because with the Spadef boost, this thing is going to be hard to take down. Max Overgrowth, so that's Solar Beam, right? Okay, interesting. So he won't. He can only hit me with that for one more turn. The next one's going to be terrain boosted. That's definitely not what I was expecting. So he's definitely going for that again here. I could actually go for Max Guard. Actually, what's the point of that? I don't see much point of that at all. I'm gonna Dynamax and go for... Or he might, if he makes the switch into Rotom this turn, that would be a good play. But then he might not actually even kill me. But we do need damage on this thing. Okay, good. So he's gonna take some damage in this time. So generally, my opinion on Gigantamax bonds, if you can use your Gigantamax Mon to not have to, like, basically wall your opponent's Gigantamax, then you should be in, like, good shape. I was not expecting him to have Solar Beam here, and because that does a good amount of damage. And Weavile Low Kick, Weavile should be able to come in and KO with a Low Kick. Now that his Gigantamax turns have expired. So we lose our Sandaconda, which is not the best. Oh, he's getting recovery too. Low Kick should still kill, but oh yeah, right. He is still taking the Sand Tomb chip as well. So we could go Weavile. No, he's high horsepower, not Earthquake, so he's still going to be doing a lot of damage to us. We can't bring this in either. He doesn't have Pillow Swine, so our Yachi Berry is kind of useless. It's either No, Weavile. We have to go Weavile, and we have to click low kick. So he could know that we're banded, and if he expects us to go for low kick, then he could switch out into the Rotom to be immune, or the Gardevoir to 4 times resist. But I think that banded low kick from this range should knock him out. Even though I know he's, like, it's a Melmetal and it's very, very physically defensive. I went into my thing so long ago. Why is it taking... Weavile should be in right now, ready to click a button. Good lord. I guess you can just admire the G-Max Melmetal that's in front of you right now until Weavile actually gets dropped in. We better not, like, disconnect or something. Like, that would be ridiculous. Okay. So no more G-Max for the Melmetal. We better frickin' knock this thing out, or I'm gonna be sad. I hope that he stays in, thinking that he can live, and then we just get rid of this thing. But he's kind of forced us into a position where he can definitely gain momentum, as long as, you know, this actually, like if he switches out, okay, he does stay in, that's good, this better kill. Yes, thank God. 6th consecutive kill for Weavile. How about that? That is pretty amazing. So Haxorus might come in. No, I highly doubt he brings Haxorus in. Perish. Is that Haxorus? It is Haxorus. We have Banded Ice Shard for this, but he could be Yachi Berry as well. We also have Mimikyu for this, but he's Mold Breaker. But Grassy Terrain is up, so Earthquake isn't doing anything. He'd have to have, like, Iron Tail for us. Torkoal should probably live. Yeah, it should definitely live something. And then we can Gyro Ball for big damage. Necrozma. I think he would go for Iron Tail here, if anything, because it would kill Weavile and kill the Mimikyu. So I'm going to go into Torkoal and then react to what he wants to do. So Grassy Terrain, Grassy Terrain should be on the field for another turn. So this next turn, Torkoal, his Earthquake should be weakened. I don't think this thing gets high horsepower. First impression. Okay, good. Good thing we switched out. And he is actually Life Orb Haxorus, so that's really good knowledge that he's not Yachi Berry. So if I were him, I would want to switch out here. What would he switch into? He has the Gardevoir to switch in. If he switches in Gardevoir, I don't need to predict that. But Gyro Ball is hitting this thing the hardest. I could get a Lava Plume burn. I'm gonna click Gyro Ball. Torkoal's in a good position here. So he is switching out into Static Shock as Rotom. So actually Lava Plume there would have been nice. because we just revealed the fact that we have Gyro Ball for that we have Gyro Ball for his. Yeah, I should have clicked Lava Plume there. But okay, so first impression Haxorus. Our Tanga Berry is gonna help against that thing. I'm just gonna stay in and click Lava Plume. I have no reason to do anything else. He doesn't know that I'm very Spadef right now, so I should be able to get a lot of damage off. Yeah, it looks like, oh god, Lava Plume would have been a Reflect. Is he gonna be Light Clay then? That's not even looking like a 2-hit KO. If I had to guess, he's probably going for Light Screen here. I could go into Weavile to stall out some turns of, or not Weavile, this thing here, because that would allow me to stall out turns of, or I could go right into Weavile, because I could probably KO through Reflect, but then no, Terrakion comes in for free. I need to stall out these screens. I'll stay in and click Lava Plume this turn. I need to keep track of my time, because I've been taking quite a bit of time on some of these moves. Finally, he clicks Light Screen, which I knew was going to happen. So this turn I'm going to, we get the burn on the Lava Plume, which is cool, which is good for us. So now I'm going to switch, he's probably clicking Volt Switch here actually. I'm going to go into, what do I not want to give setup to? I can burn, should I go into Mimikyu instead? If he goes into this thing, he has screens up. Gardevoir, I don't care if he brings in Gardevoir. Haxorus could be a bit scary. But I can Synthesis. I'm just going to go Venusaur. I think I'm still at above 5 minutes of my timer, but I need to start making my moves quicker. Now hopefully we will... won't have to wait here for another 2 minutes before it registers our moves, which it doesn't, so that's good. I'm not sure if we're making the right move here. He's definitely Volt Switching. Or Discharge. Ooh, don't para us. Please don't para us. He did para us. Yikes, okay. And Sunlight goes away, so we're not faster anymore. But I think that confirms that he doesn't have... what's the thing called? He doesn't have Pain Split, so that's good. I want to be able to stall out his turns of screens. So Discharge, Hex. Would he have Hex? I'm just going to Synthesis. I want this thing to stay in and go down to its burn eventually, so that he's wasting turns of his screens. He is just staying in. Okay. Not very effective. We're paralyzed anyway. I think he lives this turn of burn. No, he actually doesn't. Okay. I was hoping that he lived that turn of burn. So, Reflect, Light Screen, Discharge, Discharge. He should have, assuming he's Light Clay, he should have 4 turns of Reflect left. Those are the turns that I need to stall out. Dovahkiin is okay. Gardevoir, I'm fine with that. He traced my chlorophyll, so I'm going to make him really fast now because I'm going into Torkoal. Do I go into Torkoal or do I go into Mimikyu? I think I should go Torkoal. But I am going to make him fast. But the fact that I make him fast means that my Gyro Ball is going to do even more damage to him. So this next turn I click Gyro Ball without even thinking about it. I'm going to make sure I know how much time I have left on my timer. Venusaur is kind of useless to us at this point now because it's paralyzed. He goes for Mystical Fire. I don't care. I don't care about lowering my special attack because I'm going for Gyro Ball this turn anyway. So we have just under 5 minutes, which is significantly less time than him. His screens are still up for another 3 turns. Okay, so we have 4:48 left. 3 turns of Reflect left. That's the main one because Weavile can, like, once Reflect goes down, Weavile's just going to run rampant through this team. Necrozma as well. We do have our Tanga Berries really going to help us out with the First Impression Haxorus. Remains to be seen whether or not he is Scarfed Terrakion. So in that event, keeping Weavile or Venusaur around might actually help us because we might be able to live a hit from that thing as long as we don't get para'd again. Then we can most likely OHKO that thing with Giga Drain once the light screen has worn off, which by that time it probably should. Psychic, we're going to eat this. He gets a Spadef drop, which is annoying. But we should still 2-hit KO this with Gyro Ball. Yep, that's a 2-hit KO. 2 turns of Reflect left. I'm staying in, going for Gyro Ball again. So if Necrozma, Psychic, okay, this should KO. Or no, it's not going to KO as long as he doesn't get a crit. Assault Vest Torkoal, really nice here. That Gyro Ball KOs. He's got 1 turn of Reflect left. So if he brings in Terrakion, I just sack this off. And then I'll go into Necrozma and click Photon Geyser. I'm actually going to click Lava Plume right here because I will hope to burn him. I don't want to give him a weakness policy boost. If that's going to be what his set is, like weakness policy behind screens, that's definitely something I want to avoid. So last turn of Reflect, and then there's 2 more turns of Light Screen. So we'll see if he just decides to kill us right here. And we'll also hope that the game... Okay, good. Rock Polish. So Mimikyu's Disguise is still a thing. Can we get a burn? No burn. Okay, now I'm clicking Gyro Ball. If he goes for further setup, Gyro Ball's gonna do a ton of damage to this thing, and it should at least put it in range for Ice Shard. He connects Stone Edge. So Torkoal goes down. Now we're just gonna go into Necrozma and click Photon Geyser. As soon as it allows us to. Necrozma comes in. We still have 4 Mons left, so I think we're in really good shape. If I was a regular Mimikyu set right here, like like Play Rough, Shadow Sneak, Swords Dance, that type of thing, then I'd probably go into Mimikyu right now because Play Rough into Shadow Sneak would almost definitely kill. In comes Necrozma. We can definitely live anything this wants to go for, and Photon Geyser should wipe this thing off the face of the earth, as long as it's not like Payapa Berry or something, but I highly doubt that. Swords Dance. Okay. So he's double Dance Terrakion. I don't think he's living this. Nope. Goodbye. So now we might actually... So Haxorus is his only mon left. Is there a way we can preserve a 4-0? Potentially. Like, he should go for First Impression. I'm just going to go for a Dragon Dance. To boost the power of my Photon Geyser, which... After another hit, he'll take another turn of Life Orb damage, so that I hope would put it in range to die from for a +1 Photon Geyser. And then we can come away with a 4-0. But regardless, we still like 100% won this game because we have banded Weavile Ice Shard in the back. So Tanga Berry is going to help us out a lot here, and also Prism Armor, Goat ability. That does absolutely no damage. Even if he goes for Outrage on this next turn, I think we like might actually live because we have quite a bit of HP investment. Actually, no, we probably don't live, but we'll still get the 3-0 win at the minimum. Hopefully, this knocks out Haxorus. We should outspeed this. Yeah, okay, good. So we EV'd this properly then for this scenario. Photon Geyser knocks out Haxorus, Necrozma cleaning up with 2 kills, and we're going to improve to 4-0. Get a nice 4-0 win, our biggest differential win of the season so far. 4-0 plus 11 is a really, really solid spot to be through 4 weeks of the season. 40% of the season done because this is only a 10-week season, of course, so... good game to ItzWhateva. The fact that it's like ItzWhateva, that like I'm trying to pronounce it properly because that's what his name is, but it just sounds so weird every time that I say it. So maybe I should just call him Itz, or some people call him Ant. I don't really know why. I might have to ask him about that. Yeah, like if I can call him something different besides ItzWhateva, so that I don't sound like a complete idiot whenever I say whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I think all of our sets worked out super well here. The Tanga Berry Necrozma, actually Tanga Berry Necrozma would have came in clutch if he hadn't just stayed in and gone for a Swords Dance with Terrakion against me. I don't think that was the play. Like, obviously I was gonna just click the Photon Geyser against a Terrakion that's already set up at +2 speed. 4 hits Icicle Crash versus the Galvantula on the first turn was awesome. I think it's only like a 25% chance that Weavile either gets like that it gets more than 3 hits on Icicle Crash. So that was huge because that was a very, very like HP invested Galvantula, I think, because 3 hits from banded Adamant Weavile should have always knocked it out. So we got really lucky there for sure. We also, I was hoping Sandaconda could have put in a little more work than it did, but I certainly wasn't expecting him to have the max overgrowth, because then he was just that would have just been even more powerful the next turn because he had set the grassy terrain. He would have received the grassy terrain boost. But it did its job in stalling out the Melmetal's G-Max turns so that we could bring in Weavile and Okoet with the Weavile doesn't use max moves. The banded low kick, so big that that thing killed. Otherwise, I don't know. Like, we didn't need Weavile from that point after on, like, afterwards, but, like, we would have needed it to pick off a Terrakion if that setup set got kind of out of hand, or we would have needed it for the Haxorus potentially. So Mimikyu doesn't even hit the field. That's good, actually, because it was the last mon added to this team, so the first 5 mons did their job just fine. So, yeah. Good game once again to ItzWhateva. Or It's. I'll just say It's. Good game once again to It's. Make sure you go check out his channel down below. And we'll see you next week for Week 5 against Flame Horizon and the Minnesota Lycanrocs. So, if you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all of our Draft League content, and we'll see you next week.